Hello, everybody. This is the Florida Sports Report, and this report is on the Miami Dolphins via FoxSports.com. The title of this article is Dolphins sign safety TJ McDonald to a 4-year contract extension. Suspended safety TJ McDonald signed a $24 million 4-year extension through 2021 with the Miami Dolphins, who also decided Saturday to keep 5 undrafted rookies, at least for now. McDonald will miss the first half of the season, serving an 8-game suspension for violating the NFL's substance abuse policy following his arrest last year on suspicion of driving under the influence. The suspension had already been announced when the veteran signed as a free agent in March with the Miami Dolphins, and they were impressed with him in training camp. Among those surviving cuts as the team reached the regular season roster limit with safety Maurice Smith, tackle Eric Smith, linebacker Chase Allen, cornerback Torrey McTyer, and punter Matt Hack, all undrafted rookies. Offensive lineman Sam Young, an 8-year veteran with 14 starts, was among those released. Others cut included end Nick Williams and linebacker Neville Hewitt. McDonald spent the past 4 seasons with the Rams, starting 53 games. He expected to start opposite Rashad Jones in the second half of the season, in this upcoming season. Guys, my thoughts on this is that I like TJ McDonald. He's a good safety. He's good against the run, very physical, very good tackler in the open field. Decent in space, decent coverage, safety. Can deal. I assume he can definitely deal with a tight end, those bigger wide receivers to a certain extent. A couple of running backs coming out of the backfield. He's a good all-around, well, I won't say good all-around safety, but he's a good safety. But I'm sorry. I understand that Chris Greer and Mike Tannenbaum have a job to do, and that it's on them to use the best logic possible in order to make the best decisions. And in their mind, obviously, this was a good investment and decision, but I'm not going to give a 4-year, $24 million contract to a guy who's suspended for the first 8 games of the season who I don't even know if I can trust or not. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And the first thing that came to my mind when I thought about this is, how on earth does TJ McDonald, a risk, get a contract extension before Jarvis Landry? I know. We can franchise Jarvis Landry in the upcoming free agency. We can. But this guy is an important part of our team, and I'm not going to want to franchise tag him to a $17 million franchise tag for a wide receiver who I could actually play less for that season. So instead of paying Jarvis Landry $12 million for one season, we'll be paying him $17 million next offseason if we franchise tag him, which we probably will if we can't get a contract done. Which, that eating up cap space could affect any other free agent signings we could make. And at the end of the day, no matter what, this guy is a crucial part of this team. He's a top 3 player on this team. In my opinion, a top 10 receiver. And he is a great emotional leader for this football team. He brings it every day. And he works his ass off. And TJ McDonald, a risk, gets this money before Jarvis Landry even gets the time of day. That is ridiculous. It really is. I like TJ McDonald. I'm hoping he'll work out. But are you kidding me? That has to be a joke. At the end of the day, I'm not going to hate on it because this guy's on our team. And it's not like it's some absurd contract. For the amount of talent he has, this is a fair deal. For the amount of talent and potential that he has, I'd say this is definitely a fair deal. I would say so. But at the end of the day, you don't do this before you give Jarvis Landry what he deserves. That's just not right. Get Jarvis Landry done first. Get him out the way. He's your number one priority. I get he's a slot receiver who doesn't produce very many touchdowns, but this is ridiculous. He's your best goddamn receiver. The best slot receiver in the NFL. Give the man his money. Call his agent up, offer $12 million a year over 5 years, and get this man locked up on a deal because I know he wants to be a Miami Dolphin. Why the hell wouldn't he? At the end of the day, I just hope that in this upcoming season that we can succeed in anything that we do. I like TJ McDonald. I hope he succeeds in a Dolphins uniform, but this is wrong. I'm not a big fan of this. But at the end of the day, TJ McDonald is a good player. The deal, the contract, I wouldn't have given him 4 years. I would have maybe given him a 2-year deal. But at the end of the day, it's all about what's best for the team. And if Chris Greer and Mike Tannenbaum feels this is what's best for the team, I mean, in fairness to them, when have they really been wrong at this point? They were wrong on Mario Williams. That was a gamble, sure. Yeah, that was definitely a gamble. Mario Williams, yeah. But we cut him after a season, so it wasn't a 4-year contract like this one. It was literally a 2-year deal. So we cut Mario Williams after a season after we realized the mistake that he made. We made. So, beyond that point, Kiko Alonso, Byron Maxwell, all these guys, Andre Branch, I mean, the Dominican Sue, Issa Abdul Qaddus actually worked out. I mean, just the risk these guys have taken, Chris Greer and Mike Tannenbaum, have primarily worked out. And they're calculated risk. Not every risk is going to work out. But as long as about 75% of them pan through, and the other 25% isn't too, isn't too heavy a strain on your football team, the risk that you do take, if they don't heavily affect your football team in the future, and you know they won't because they're calculated risk, then you do them. And at the end of the day, these guys are risk takers, and that's what they do. And at the end of the day, this is what they're going to live and die by. And all I can do as a Dolphins fan is support it. I can be against it. I can be unhappy about it. But at the end of the day, I'm a Dolphins fan. And this is a negative move, I don't think. This is going to turn Jarvis Landry's eye and make him jealous. Jarvis Landry will get double this money. He knows he's a much better player than TJ McDonald. So it doesn't worry me to that degree. It's just unfortunate. But at the end of the day, it's time to move on. TJ McDonald gets a new contract. Hopefully he succeeds in the Dolphins uniform when he comes back. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This is the Florida Sports Report. And I'm out, people.